Good morning, students. So, our next chapter is implementation of laws in the district. So, already we have discussed how to make laws in the state assembly. So, in the state assembly, our representatives, elected representatives like MLAs or present government prepare a bill, and that will be discussed in the assembly and in the council. So after approval by the members, so that will be sent to the governor. So after the signature of the governor, it will become law. Already you know that. So preparation of law is one part. So another major part is implementation of laws. This is more important. So without proper implementation, there is no use of law. Clear? But how and who will implement the laws? This is important. So we are going to discuss who will implement these laws in our state. So people cannot implement themselves. People cannot implement laws themselves. So to implement laws, we need some system. Okay. So here some issues are there. So those are should be looked after by the government. Example: building dams and canals, supplying electricity to houses, not only houses, to factories, okay, running ration shops, running trains, printing currency notes, collecting taxes from people, preventing child labor, child sexual abuse, and educating all children, defending the borders of the country, identifying those below the poverty line and implementing schemes for their benefit, preventing people from stealing from other people's houses, means protection. Okay, so these all activities should be implemented by the government. Okay, for every activity some laws are framed. So those were accepted by the representatives, then made laws, and now these should implement in our state. So who will implement all these in our state? Okay, we saw in the last chapter that there are various departments of the government to carry out various kinds of activities. So various departments means education department, okay, revenue department, postal department, railway department, health department, like that various departments are there. Okay, so they carry their activities. Okay, these departments are under the control of ministers. Already we discussed cabinet of ministers. So after election of CM, so he will appoint some ministers to help him to do activities for the various areas. So those are called ministers, cabinet of ministers. So these departments are under control of ministers. So, but they have a large number of officials who carry out the orders of the government. So under the ministers, so many officials, employees will appoint to do all these activities. Okay, some of these officials are posted in the state capital like Hyderabad, from where they plan the implementations in all parts of the state. So in every area, in every mandal, in every district headquarters and state headquarters, different officials appointed to do all these activities. So usually who are appointed in Hyderabad means state capital. So those will be implement in all parts of the state. So at the same time, the entire state is divided into number of districts and mandals and villages. No? So these here most departments have their offices for the implementation of the government laws and plans in every district. So every different departments, all departments have their offices. So health department, education department, revenue department, like that, all departments have their offices to implement the laws or plans in the district level or mandal level. So there are 31 districts in Telangana. Already know that you are having 31 districts in Telangana. So in every district, so different department offices are there to implement the laws and plans. Clear? Next. So each district has district collector and magistrate. So both are same. So district collector also having some magistrate powers. So who coordinate the work of all the departments in the district? So let us learn more about their work. So in the state headquarters, ministers and some officials will be there. So for every district, so one district collector will be appointed to do all this work and coordinate the work. Okay, so what are the duties of district collector and how the district collector implement his powers and the laws in the district level? We'll discuss with one example. So here is an imaginary district of Nallavaram. So in this chapter, one imaginary district given, that is Nallavaram. So this district has the following mandals: Garipalli, Mallepalli, Narsapet, Gurutar. So these are all our imaginary district and imaginary mandals. So the office of the district magistrate of the Nallavaram is in Nallavaram town. So because Nallavaram is the district headquarters, so that's why all the offices are located in the district headquarters. So the district collector office also there in Nallavaram. Clear? So here imaginary mandals and district given, it is the Nallavaram and Garipalli, Gurudar, Mallepalli and Narsapet. Okay. So the district magistrate or collector Manisha Nagel, Manisha Nagel, she is woman. So reaches her office at 10:30 every morning. So what are the activities of district collector are given here? Regular activities. So usually district collector reaches our office 10:30 every morning regularly. How you are coming to school regularly by 8:30, like that also they come by 10:30. So at 11:30 today, so there is a meeting of the officers of all the department in the office. So usually they conduct meetings with different department people. Okay, so every month or every week, so whenever they require, they conduct the meetings. So today also there is a meeting with all department officers. Okay, the heads of all the departments have come for this meeting. So the collector asked the head of each department about the programs of the work during the previous month. So already they have conducted a meeting in the previous month also. They discussed some problems in that meeting. So she asked the progress. So how they solved the problems, or any pending works are there, like that. She asked the programs of the work during the previous month. So she also asks them about the problems they face in the work. So the meeting continued till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So 11:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the evening, they continued their meeting. They discussed previous issues and present issues also. Okay. Next, after the meeting, Manisha Nagel goes through the files. So every department head will bring some files. Already how much work completed, how much work is pending. So what are the problems while implementing the works. So everything they will note down and bring the file. So Manisha Nagel, after completing the meeting, she will check the files. So there is a stock of files. Each file deals with the activities of different departments. Stock of means number of files are there. She reads them and writes her comments or orders on them. So after seeing the files, so every file she will verify, and she may write her comments on that. Sometimes she will pass the orders also. It is about 3 p.m. when Manisha Nagel finishes looking at the files. From 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day, she meet the people of the district. So people from all the villages will come to meet her with their problems. So that is called Darbar. So people can meet directly to collector in this time. So 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. allotted to them. So people from different villages, from different mandals throughout the district will come and meet with their problems. Okay. So one example given here. Some farmers of Mallepalli Mandal had come to discuss the problem of absence of irrigation in their village. So they are facing irrigation problem. What is the meaning of irrigation problem? Water problem. So there are many water facilities to their village. So their tanks were dry for 2 years because of no rains. Those tanks were because of cracks of tank bunds. So those are dried up. The crops failed this year, lack of water. They wanted to know if their loans could be waived off and if they could get some repair work on tank bund. So why they came to meet to collector? So they want to know if their loans could be waived off. Waived off means written off. Need not to pay back to banks. So if the loans are waived off, so farmers need not to pay that amount to banks. So they want to know either their loans are waived off or not. Why? Because the crops are failed because of lack of water in this year. And they also request her to repair work on tank bund. So in the neighboring villages, the tank bunds were repaired. So they wanted such work to be done in their village as well. So all the farmers came to district collector office to express their doubts. So Manisha Nagel told them that since their village was not in the state list of drought affected areas, they could not get any loan waiver. But they asked either the loans are waived off or not. So she replied that, so actually the village, which village? Mallepalli village, not listed in the list of drought affected areas. What is the meaning of drought affected areas, if continuously they don't get rains 3 or 4 years, so where more crops are dried up, so those areas will be identified and those will be prepared a list. So if any village comes under that list, so the loans of those villages will be wiped off. Those farmers will be wiped off. If it is not comes under drought affected areas list, so for those villages the loans could not be wiped off. Okay, so like that here the Mallepalli village not in that list, so that's why they don't get that relief. So collector suggested them that they approach the MLA and present their problems. So she had given some suggestion to that farmers. What is that? Go and meet your MLA. Then MLA will be raise this problem in the assembly. So then that village will be listed in the drought affected areas. Then the loans of that village will be wiped off. So like that she had given a suggestion to them also, and she promised to instruct the concerned department to attend the tank burn of the village. So the village people came with two problems. One is they want a clarification about the either the loans are waived off or not. Second one is they are asking about the repair of their tank burn. So for the second problem she promised them, so definitely she will send some concerned department people to attend that work. Next, like that the officers or district collector will be solve the problems, they will implement their powers. Next, at 5 a.m. on the next morning, the collector received a phone call from a town is Narsampet Mandal. Usually she will come to office by 10 a.m. in the morning, but in the next day she got a phone call from some official from Narsampet Mandal. What is that? The cotton stored at the ginning mill caught fire in the night. So one problem raised in the Narsampet Mandal. So what happened there? The cotton stored warehouse caught fire. So people were trying to put out the fire. The fire service had already reached the area. So fire department came along with their vehicles to put out the fire. So it was necessary to ensure that fire did not spread to the neighboring areas. Nagel immediately left for Narsampet Mandal. So after receiving the call, she started to reach the Narsampet Mandal. She called the superintendent of police and the civil surgeon and asked them to go along with her. So why? So to control the situation, to control the people, so the police department is required, and if any health conditions problems happen, so civil surgeon also required. That's why she called both the officials. The collector reached the Narsampet at around 7 a.m. and went straight to the cotton ginning mill. She did not visit the local office, local departments. Straight away she went to cotton ginning mill. A lot of cotton had been destroyed, but the fire was now under control. So people and the fire department people try to put out the fire, control the fire. The municipal chairperson and the police officers were also there. Already some in every mandal headquarters, some officers are there. So all the head of the departments present there. Okay, so the collector asked them about the extent of damage. So how much cotton destroyed, how much damage. So the chairperson told her that 2 laborers in the mill had suffered severe burns and had been admitted to the hospital. A few hours nearby had also been burned. Houses nearby had also been burned down. So the local officials reported her. So actually the cotton burnt and destroyed, and in addition to that, so 2 laborers suffering with severe burns, and nearby houses also burnt. So Nagel announced a compensation of 10,000 rupees each to the owners of the houses. So immediately she announced the compensation. Compensation means some amount for the people whose houses are destroyed. Okay, next, which were burnt and promised to inquire into the causes of fire. The collector then visited the injured laborers at the hospital. So she also announced a relief payment of 20,000 rupees each to the 2 laborers for their medical expenditure for their livelihood. She announced 20,000 compensation. So for them. So on the way back, so after completion of all this work, so when she returned from cotton mill, so on the way back, she visited the municipal office. It was pointed out that due to encroachment in many parts of the city, the fire engine arrived late. So what she observed that, so all the roads are very narrow. So why? Because so due to encroachment in many parts. Encroachment means the places, road or government areas occupied by other people illegally. That is called encroachment without permission. Okay, so that's why those roads are become narrow. That's why the fire engine came late, arrival late. So side walls on the roads were encroached by shopkeepers. Many houses and other offices had illegally extended their boundary walls beyond the permitted limits. Already you know, in Hyderabad also the footpaths are occupied by hawkers and small vendors. Like that, there also side walls were occupied by the vendors, shopkeepers, and some boundary walls extended beyond the permitted limit. So this was leading to the traffic jams in many parts of the town. So she talked to the municipal office officials and asked them to take strict actions during the next few weeks and report to her at the next monthly meeting. So immediately she ordered them. So first of all, remove all the encroachments. So take the necessary actions, and what you did, so you should report in the next meeting. So Manisha Nagel reached Nallavaram only after it was dark. So in the late night she reached her home. So like that, so if any problems arise, so the collectors and officials should be present there, and they will try to dissolve the problems. They will try to compensate it. Okay, Nallavaram is an imaginary district, but what you saw, the collector of Nallavaram doing is the work that they are expected to do in every district. Not only Nallavaram, in every district, the officials or collectors may present when the problems have occurred. So they will do regular works, and they will try to implement laws prepared by the assembly. Clear? So like this, all the laws and rules will be implemented in the state level. So next part of the lesson we'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you.